Good result.
You better.
Saturday.
Yeah, soon the boss owns it.
And the other?
Yeah, and got a little unit up here at the top of Donald Street in the Bellevue building.
Yep.
Got a bit of a view back across the bay. Nice, neat little compact
location.
unit. Yeah, great location, walk to everything, and yeah, good price too.
Yep.
The
owners keen to sell.
going to meet the market.
That's what we like to hear.
Yep.
Excellent. So this week you've got some info on sort of some new theories on potentially how people might look to buy.
It's a bit hard to find new stuff to talk about in the market,
which is why most agents don't do this.
Yeah, and otherwise we're just rehashing the same stuff over and over again. But I did a bit of reading this week and I found an interesting article. The Director of Urban Planning from Monash University has said that the way we live is going to change, and they're calling it the 20-minute neighbourhood. So in theory, what they're saying is because of the coronavirus and everyone getting used to remotely working from home, that type of thing, people tend to want everything within 20 minutes of where they live. That's a 20-minute walk. Of where they live, not a drive.
Not jumping in the car,
So communities are coming in where you need medical facilities, parks and gardens, medical, shopping, restaurants, all within a 20-minute walk of your home. So I think that's going to change the way things are done and the way people live and get used to it. So I think things will evolve, and when you look at the bay, we pretty well fit that criteria as it is.
Most of the areas you're within 20-minute walk without any problem with everything.
There's not much we can't do within at least a 20-minute, 25-minute walk from where any of us live to get to some sort of park or garden, a doctor, a restaurant, hairdressers, that type of thing.
That's it.
All there. So I think that is another reason why these regional cities have pushed up in the market. And people
are certainly becoming more popular
I think it'll lead to a bit more infrastructure being built around regional areas as well, which is always a good thing. And just change in lifestyle, I think.
For sure.
Whenever there's a pandemic, there's always got to be an adjustment. And
I guess people look at it and say sort of, if you've been living one way, what's maybe some improvements in your life you can make to sort of be self-satisfied a bit better going forward.
And I think the family unit has probably come closer together too. We've got used to being around the family a bit more because you can't go out every Friday and Saturday night and that. It's just something I found very interesting when I read it, and something that might change the way we live.
If a trend went that way, the bay's pretty well
set up
for that. So definitely good news there. And I mean, the cities, if you go overseas, not at the moment, but in the past, if you go overseas and that sort of thing, you see a lot of cities where, even within the one building complex, there's all the units, all the families living there, there's restaurants and a shop downstairs. And the building next door has a restaurant and a shop downstairs. It's like they get to that kind of point. So they've done that on an insane scale.
But even regionally, you look at Melbourne. Melbourne always rates as one of the most livable cities in the world in anything you see.
Not sure why, but
I'm not big on cities myself, but the same thing. In Melbourne, when you're there, we're pretty well 20 minutes and you've got access to everything. Like nice parks and restaurants, cafes, shopping centres, whatever you need.
And whereas at the bay, 20 minutes you to the beach, to the water.
That's right.
To the shops, anything that way. So definitely some good stuff there. Other news sort of around the traps, paid parking coming into the bay soon. Hate the idea, but it's coming, it's there. They're tearing up the streets at the moment to put it in. Spend a fortune to put it in. I hate to think how much they reckon they're going to get. So if you're a local or you work in the bay, so if you're a local resident, or even if you're not a local but you work in the bay, you can get a parking pass. So make sure you do, so you don't get caught out and get fined. Basically, if you're a tourist, it's too bad. Sorry, you're going to have to pay. Come to the bay for a holiday and we'll sting you with parking fees everywhere. Fantastic idea, council. But anyway,
the other one this morning, you hear the 12
metre height limit. So basically, the area where our office is here, that's right. The part of potentially go to 12 metres. So
12 stories.
12 stories, sorry. So council sort of endorsed that. So still got to go through final planning legislation to become law that way, but well on the track that way. Bit of debate, you're from the Bay on Facebook or whatever, there's, I looked this morning, I haven't looked since, but 76 comments at that stage, and I think 75 were whinging about it, and then there's one person that's always like, yeehaw, sort of thing. I don't know if it's just debate or what. But the Bay is low on development in the CBD. The CBD needs some reconfiguration, that sort of thing, not by paid parking, that sort of thing, but it needs some investment into buildings. I mean, we go and we repaint our building here, we do some renovations, all that sort of thing, but there's some really crappy old buildings around the Bay that aren't usable and that sort of thing. So once current tenancies expire there, like look along Magnus Street and that, there's a lot of them that probably need to be bulldozed at some point and something better done there. So, some increased height limits will certainly help along those lines. Other works council's doing around at the moment is they're reconfiguring some of the streets and that sort of thing with some ideas that'll rejig businesses and sort of the flow of traffic all around the Bay, that sort of thing. So a bit of work going on that way. Holiday rental bookings we've just come off school holidays, all that sort of thing, absolutely chaotic there, people everywhere. It was great for holiday rental owners and that to begin some income in after all the COVID bit in the past. Christmas bookings looking really good, so excellent that way. If you're watching and you're looking to book a holiday for Christmas, get in sooner rather than later. We sold a property, the another agent was holiday renting, and you've got all the holiday tenants from there phoning you asking where in the world they can book something now because the people who bought that want to move into it.
That's right.
So plenty of scope that way for anyone looking to holiday rent a property. We finally had a couple of permanent rental properties come onto the market, not yet available, but they're coming on soon. But still, plenty of permanent tenants looking out there. So overall, sales market's good, commercial market's good, rental market's good, holiday market's good. Everything seems to be good news in the property market at the moment locally. So if you are looking to do something, great time to be looking. So have a chat to our team. Just give us a call, 4980 4400. Any of the guys will help you out there. Email us, leave a comment on the Facebook page, anything that way. We'll certainly help you out. So, we're looking for a big weekend on the auctions. 2 auctions there. Other properties available by inspection by appointment. Otherwise, we'll see you next Thursday at 4 p.m. again.